Hello, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. How are you? Hope you're doing really well. So it's a bit of a birthday edition, really. Well, it is a birthday edition. Today is the 23rd of July. Whether I put this out on the 23rd of July is a whole another question. And it's my 50th birthday. I can't believe that's actually come and is here. Can't believe it's arrived. My 50th. Not entirely sure how I feel about it at the moment. I've certainly not enjoyed the idea of turning 50, but it's going to happen to all of us, isn't it? So we've come away. Earlier on in the year, I went to Brussels as part of my 50th birthday celebrations as well, but we could only do that earlier in the year. Let's say earlier, it was only a few months back. We went over to Brussels, myself and Rachel, as a little bit of a celebration, and wanted to go to Belgium to experience Belgian beers in Belgium, and that was a fantastic experience. So now we're away. We're away in the Cotswolds. As you can tell, I'm on a campsite. My camper van is just there. I have a fire burning away just down here, giving off a bit of warmth because it's not particularly warm today, but it hasn't rained. And I'm going to do a review as well. So we've also been to Jeremy Clarkson's pub, the Farmer's Dog. Had a couple of beers there. Beautiful place. The couple of the crew were still there. Jeremy Clarkson was there. He was sat in the actual pub itself. Left him alone. I'm not one that would just go and bowl up to someone that is a celebrity or whatever just for a selfie. Just let them get on with it. They've got things to do. Alan the builder, he was there. We saw him. He was happy to do selfies with loads of people. He was loving life. But we didn't bother him either. We let them do their own thing. So we sat in the garden, which is absolutely huge, with the big, huge Grand Tour tent that's in there. If you've never watched Clarkson's Farm, that probably doesn't mean much to you. But I highly recommend watching the Clarkson's Farm. It really is an eye-opener. So actually, Jeremy Clarkson, I find him in that. He shows a very human side, a very caring side. And that's really nice to see. So I've always been a fan of Clarkson. I've read most of his books. I know he divides opinion, but I like him. If you don't, that's your choice. You're welcome to that. So I had a few beers there. I had the Hawkstone Black, spilt half of that. Plastic cups in the garden, don't like that. Wasn't keen on that. And when I put it on the table, it just nudged a plank on the table and it just went straight away. If it was glass, that wouldn't have happened. So I did lose over half that pint of that beer. But what I did have tasted good. I also had the Hawkstone IPA. It's okay. It doesn't blow you away. It's not the best IPA in the world. But then what I also had is what I'm going to review for you in this video is the Hawkstone Rhubastard, and I thought that was really good on tap. What it's going to be like in can, who knows? 4% in volume, but the food was good. It was busy. It certainly was busy, but you get served really quickly at the bar. If you want a drink, you do get served really, really quickly. They've got a outside bar as well, which is what we were using, and you didn't have to queue. So epic. That's really good. If you can see my eyes, I don't know if you can properly. They're rather bloodshot. It's not because I've been on the beer all day, because I haven't. I've had an eye infection for a month. Can't get rid of it. It is driving me insane. I've had extra strength antibiotic eye drops. I'm starting to think maybe I'm actually allergic to the eye drops. I can't get rid of it. Everything's blurry. It's not good news. Starting to getting old. But yes, back to my 50th. What I also want to do is thank everybody that watches my videos. I do appreciate it. And as you can tell, I normally respond to every single comment that I get. I try my hardest to respond to every comment. There may be a few that have slipped through the net, but I do try, and I really appreciate everybody that watches, and I do appreciate the comments, even negative ones. They don't bother me. I get a few of them every now and then, but that's fine. That's life. You put yourself out there on social media, you've got to expect that. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed, everybody that has watched, everybody that has watched and hasn't subscribed. Thank you to those as well. Anyone that's liked the video, anyone that's put a comment, as I say, thank you so much. It means a lot. And I know I don't put out a huge amount of content. Sometimes I'll have a purge and I'll put loads out, and then I can go weeks on end without it. But people always come back and watch. So thank you. Thank you very much indeed. I do really appreciate it. And I've got no plans of stopping the channel. That's going to keep going. Yes, I've introduced different things like camping videos, outdoor type cooking videos, beer reviews in the woods. All that's going to continue. May even do a little bit more. But I'll always be Chris's Beer Reviews. I will always incorporate a beer in whatever it is that I'm doing, and whatever video I'm doing, I'll get a beer in it somehow. Because that's what I started with, and that's what I'll stick with. There'll always be beer, always, no matter what the video is. I could run the London Marathon video, I'll have a beer in it. I also want to say happy birthday to Scott from Scott Reviews Things. Here's an interesting fact if you didn't already know this. Scott and I were born a day apart, and we were born in the same hospital. Same hospital, which is just bizarre, really. So, yeah, we'd have been on that hospital ward together when we were born. So, happy birthday to Scott. Whether he sees this video, I don't know, but happy birthday to you, Scott, and welcome to the 50 Club as well. But yeah, all the best to you, Scott. Hope you're well. So, anyway, let's review this beer from Hawkstone. I've done my little Oscar speech, haven't I? Little Oscar birthday speech. So, it is a 330ml can, which really pisses me off. And when we were in the shop, Rachel said, "Why are you not buying more beer?" Because I do like Hawkstone's lager. I've got it on PD keg. But I don't like 330ml bottles. Lager should never be in a 330ml bottle, be it their lagers, their pilsners, their IPA. They should not be in the 330ml bottles. 330ml bottles, if I was running this country, would be illegal when it comes to beer. And the Hawkstone cider, the standard Hawkstone cider, is very good. But that's in a 500ml bottle. So is their Hedgerow cider. That's in a 500ml bottle. This is in a 330. So why does the lagers have to be in a 330? Maybe I should have bowled up to Clarksons and said, "You need to write this wrong, mate. You might sell a few more if you put them in 500ml bottles." So I didn't buy them. I refused to, because lager should not be in a 330ml bottle, nor should this really. But I thoroughly enjoyed it on tap. So let's see what it's all about in can. It's Rhubastard, rhubarb type cider. So whilst we're at there, Rachel brought me this beautiful Hawkstone glass. Very, very nice indeed. Let's get this in there. And I'm not a big cider drinker, but I do like Hawkstone's normal cider. This is extremely carbonated. I don't remember that coming out the tap that lively. Oh, the aromas coming off it are superb. I really enjoyed this when we were sat in the garden drinking that. I could have quite happily drunk a few more. And I was saying to Rachel, I said, it's actually quite nice to really enjoy something that isn't a beer. Because most of what I drink is beer. I drink lots of beer styles, be it lagers, bitters, stouts, Belgian beers, etc. You know what I mean? So it was nice to drink something that I really liked that wasn't a beer style. So there it is, Hawkstone Rhubastard. And there it is. Look at the colour of that. Superb. But, there's no artificial business in that. So let's get on the aromas. Then you get tart rhubarb straight away. It's cheeky. It's a cheeky little rhubarb kind of aroma that just kind of makes you smile when you just get on that aroma. It's all rhubarb. And there's almost like a bit of ginger as well, a little bit of spice to it. But it's predominantly all rhubarb, and it smells fantastic. It really does. Cheers. Yeah, that's as good as what's on tap, to be fair. Had a few hours ago that I had that on tap. I only bought 2 cans of it because, like I say, I can't do 330ml cans. I think it's futile, pointless. But this is so good, I could definitely buy it again. This on a really hot summer's day. In the last couple of weeks, we've had some stinking hot days, haven't we? This with a bit of ice in it would be one of the most refreshing drinks of a hot summer. It is glorious. But look at it, it's almost gone. 2 more mouthfuls and that's gone. It's clean, it's dry, it's tart, a little bit cheek sucking. Hedgerow style berries, definitely a bit of apple going on. A nice little sweetness at the same time. Floral, herbal. Initially, it's that rhubarb. The rhubarb hits you straight away, gives you that little tart cheek sucker. And then it moves into that kind of apple base, followed by some floral and herbal vibes in taste as well. And then kind of finishes with a little sweetness. But it does feel like there's almost like a bit of like there's ginger in it. There isn't. I'm probably sure there isn't. It just feels that way. The rhubarb itself is like quite gingery style rhubarb, if that makes any sense. Mm, that's really, really good. Um, that could go in one of my beverages of the year by the end of this year. I could drink that on a regular. I won't because it's in a bloody 330. Clarkson, man, you need to sort your shit out. That needs to be in a 500ml bottle. That is pleasant. That is very enjoyable. I don't know if it's available in shops now. You can pick up most Hawkstone beers in most off licenses and beer shops. And imagine that's going to follow very, very swiftly. Do you think what Jeremy Clarkson has done for Hawkstone Brewery? Incredible. Fair play to him. But yeah, that's really good. Let's see what it says on the side, and then I'll get out of here. It says, when rhubarb and apples joined outside of wedlock, a rhubastard was born. The British farmed zingy rhubarb tartness is finely balanced with sweetness from the apple base and zesty citrus. I didn't really pick up on zesty citrus. When you open the can, you get hits of mouth-watering fruit with light floral, yes, and herbal notes, which you get on the taste as well. Guaranteed to make even the grumpiest bastard smile. I'm 50. I'm getting grumpy. I'm already grumpy. That does make you smile. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on another one.